So I think the first one is heel work and conditioning that heel work from an early age, in that, you know, for me, whether you're sort of competing or whether you're out on a shoot, the first thing you do is get your dog out of the car and walk at heel. So, you know, start at the bottom and work your way up. So conditioning that with treats early on, attention to detail with it. You can't let it be sloppy one day and then expect it to be perfect the next. It has to be that attention to detail. How you use the lead, I think I said it earlier, you know, it's a training tool, not a restraining tool. So for me, I don't like it when people walk along with like a bit of tension, because as soon as you remove that tension, the dog thinks, oh, I'm free. So it's all about, you know, creating that loop in the lead, getting that dog independent of that lead. Number two, probably like word and like command association. So your words and your whistles. I like to get the dogs doing what I want them to do first, and then put commands to it. Put your whistles in, so the dog is doing the action. So word association, and again, attention to detail. When the dogs are young, you've got to make sure that they are, you know, your timing is right. They're doing it, you're putting a word to it. And then as the dog gets older, if you give a command, you know, and it doesn't do it, you've got to follow it through and either, you know, repeat or correct or whatever. But, you know, a lot of the time you should have, you know, if you have an input, you should have a mirrored output and consistent. Yeah, so everything I do should be a formula, like it you know, like normal. You know, like I said earlier, I do get nervous, so I want to feel like, I suppose in like sports, it's like that muscle memory. You do it every day, and you can't, you know, for the dog it's a formula. You know, we do this, I do that, I get my reward, I get that dummy. It's remembering that when that dog gets that dummy or that bird, you know, that's why the dog's doing it. So you've got to make sure that it's jumped through the right hoops and done what you wanted to get that. That has to be, you know, this sequence. And yeah, in that consistency, I can't say that something is okay on Tuesday and not okay on Thursday. And that's very much like with your basics. You've got to, you know, yeah, be consistent. There's a little bit of a contradiction there in that, you know, sometimes with a young dog, you might let it do a behaviour with retreat. You might let it run in and then you might stop it. But with all your basics, heel work, sit, stay, commands, you have to have that consistency. It has to be the same every day. You can't fluctuate with what you ask.